Risking rejection. This is a video about It's Complicated. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. Let's get straight into it. It's been a minute, I know. It's been a minute. I got sick. Had to heal up, you know?
If you were on a job interview, would you prefer to be the applicant submitting your resume or the one who's hiring?
The one who's hiring.
Why?
Because I'd have power.
Can you see the similarity between that situation and when a man approaches a woman for a date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's applying to be in her life and she's the decider, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that an awfully privileged position to be in?
Yeah.
Isn't that an awfully privileged position to be in?
Yeah.
Why are so many women reluctant to admit they have privilege?
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on the following statement? Dating for women is like shopping, dating for men is like a job interview that he's paying for.
I agree somewhat.
Who faces more rejection, men or women?
I think men do, honestly.
I think men do.
Why is that?
Respect the honesty.
Because they have to shoot the shot first, usually. So I feel like, usually women have more of an opportunity to reject.
Men are always feel pressured to ask, and I feel like women don't feel as pressured, so they get turned down more.
Why are men expected to initiate just about everything leading up to a date or relationship?
Probably societal norms. I feel like it's getting better though, but
Probably stereotypes.
Yeah, modern dating standards, I guess.
Why can't there be more give and take?
I think there is once you're like in the relationship, but I feel like it's hard in today's day and age because everyone's on social media, you know? So I feel like it's easier to just like text.
I mean, it's definitely changed. Like, if you think back then, a lot of the times, like, it was 100% guys are always going for it. And now I feel like, especially with dating apps and stuff, like, I find myself reaching out to some of the guys I match with first. But, like, I don't know. It's just like I think it's just like ingrained into you, and you're like.
What's the worst response you got after rejecting a guy?
Probably just like ghosting.
They get angry. They're aggressive. They can be aggressive. Men can be aggressive.
They call you ugly after.
They say your friends.
Well, I thought you were ugly anyways.
That's more like, that's an insecurity thing. You know, if a man gets rejected by a woman, their first instinct shouldn't be, oh, you was ugly anyway, or your best friend looks better than you. Super insecure. That just proves that man is not secure in himself. He's not confident. He has no foundation to lead, no foundation to, you know, pick you up, lead you in any type of way. He's not secure in himself. So once a man is not secure in himself, he automatically cannot be with a woman, period. Because if a man can't take rejection lightly, he should not be pursuing no woman. He should not be pursuing nothing. First of all, he should be pursuing God in the first place, so he shouldn't be pursuing women. But regardless, if you're doing this, you should always be secure in yourself. You should not sit up there and get mad when a girl rejects you. There's many fish in the sea. That girl is not the only girl on the planet. And do not call her ugly. Because once you say she's ugly, that's going to play a role in her psychological mind. So eventually she's going to think she's actually is ugly. And then that causes depression, anxiety, and all that other foolishness that's going to spread to other people and all this other stuff. So do not call a girl ugly or say a negative thing to her because she rejected you. It's probably a good thing that she rejected you. Yeah, probably it wasn't meant to be. So that is what it is. No matter how bad she is.
Have you ever been rejected, and if so, how did you react?
No.
I feel like something just might have not worked out or fizzled out, I suppose. But I've never like been rejected on the spot, I guess.
I have been rejected, and I usually play it cool. You know what? If he doesn't want me, I don't want him.
In high school, I definitely was rejected, and I feel like I was very like emotional back then, so I kind of like freak out, texted the guy, and was like going off on him. But I don't know, I can't think of like recently.
How can a person stay motivated if they never have any success?
Again, you really need to question your entire being if you have no success.
Would you have confidence if you got zero attention from men?
No.
It'd make things
Wait,
a lot more.
what?
Do you have confidence if you got zero attention from men?
If you had, I don't know why that's like messing me up in my brain. I don't know why. Hold on.
If you have no success.
Would you have confidence if you got zero attention from men?
No.
Would you have confidence if you had no attention from men? She said no. Would you have confidence if you had no attention from men? She said no. So she basically said that she would have no confidence at all if no men paid her no attention, no men gave her no time of day, no man called her beautiful or nothing. Wow, that's kind of sad. This is why we should have our identity in Christ, because Christ is our person we're supposed to look up to. We don't get no, our foundation is not found in a person or likes or what people say about us. We care about what Christ says about us, and he's the perfect example of how we're supposed to be. So this is a prime example of why we're not supposed to care about what other people say or anything like that. Obviously there is respectable criticism as to one's character, but we should not be in the sense of caring about likes and somebody liking us. You know what I mean? People should like you for your character, not because of your looks. So yeah,
Make things a lot more difficult.
that was pretty
to be
bad. She said that.
because
Very sad.
yeah, I don't know. It's very hard to look at this from a guy's perspective because we can only look at it from a girl's, to be honest. So it makes
Very-
things a little
that's
bit more
very
difficult
selfish.
to answer questions like that.
That's
Have
selfish.
you ever empathized or thought about how it feels to be a man and have the pressure of pursuing women and risking rejection?
Yes, women are empathists. Empathists, whatever the right word is. Women have a bigger heart, and I think we care about men's feelings much more than men care about women's feelings.
Do
and
you?
that is why women tend to date men.
Yeah, I always think about that. I'm always like, dang, if I was a man, I would never go to people.
That doesn't
Women
make no
face
sense.
rejection every single day in the workplace. They get ridiculed for jobs.
What?
Women face rejection every single day in the workplace. They get ridiculed for jobs if they're not wearing enough makeup or if they are wearing too much makeup. There are so many other things, and I think we need to just understand that everybody goes through their own like levels of privilege and their own levels of discrimination too.
Do you think women have
Sure, I'll give her that. Sure. I don't really know about the job part. The job part is kind of controversial because men get rejected for jobs all the time, so it goes hand in hand. As for the pay rate and all that, that's also controversial. That's also, you can't, that doesn't even happen anymore. That's illegal. A woman can't get less paid than a man if they're doing the same job. That's literally illegal. Like, you can literally look it up. It's illegal. I'll probably put it on the screen. Yeah, that's illegal. So whatever a woman says, oh, the job is not paying well or whatever, that's literally illegal. Like, it's just that men have the ability to do hardworking jobs and they get paid more. But a woman, if they're doing the same exact job, they have to get the same pay. You know what I mean? That's illegal. Unless the person who's your boss or your supervisor screws you over, then that's a supervisor problem. And that's the company's problem. But that's not an overall gender men problem privilege. I don't believe that. No, I don't think that's true. That's not true at all.
difficulty seeing things from a male perspective?
For sure. A lot of girls are very conceited and self-absorbed and only think of themselves and don't think about how the situation might affect somebody else, as in the guy that might be really nervous to talk to them, and just like blunt, rude responses can actually take like a pretty hard toll on guys, and I feel like a lot of girls don't realize that.
Why do you think that is?
Because girls get treated differently. Like, we just got let into a club for free because we're on a guest list, and our friend that was with us
Who's a guy?
He's a guy, yeah. But he was gonna have to pay like $60 to get in, and it's after hours. Like, that just really sucks, and there should definitely be a little bit different of a culture, I'd say, because it makes things much more difficult for guys when they can't even get out and get down there, and it's mostly girls or guys with money, I suppose.
If a woman rejects a man, how should he know whether or not to keep trying?
Her body language.
I just think you should not keep trying.
Yeah, if she rejects you, you should not keep trying.
Have you ever rejected a man specifically to test his determination to winning you over?
Of course. I love the chase. I love the chase.
Have you ever rejected a man specifically to test his determination to winning you over?
No.
Yes.
You have?
The determination?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, because it's pathetic. It's like, I already don't want you.
No.
So why would you keep,
No.
like...
So if you reject him, have you ever rejected someone for them to keep trying?
Like,
That
to
was the
win me-
question.
Oh. Wait.
Have you
Dang, she
ever
having a brain
rejected
fart, bro.
someone so
I had
they
one
keep
earlier,
trying?
so.
Yes or no?
Oh. Okay, yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Say why, so they know.
Because it's fun. It's a game. That's up.
Have you ever rejected a man specifically to test his determination to winning you over?
Yes. 100%.
So then how does no always mean no?
It doesn't. No can mean yeah.
Well, that's
I
confusing.
mean, like I said, this stuff is kind of annoying because women expect you to be Professor X and read your mind and all this. It's like, yo, I get it because a woman wants to be secure in a relationship. A woman wants to know that, yo, I need you to confirm with me that you're not just gonna be here just to use my body and dip. I get it. I get it. A woman needs non-sexual attention and non-sexual security in a relationship. Every woman. A woman nowadays need to know, especially women that are high value. I don't like saying that word because that's like red pill stuff, but just go with me here. A woman that's high value, that cares about herself, is not provocative, modest, all this other stuff. That woman needs to know that she is secure in a relationship non-sexually. Like, she needs to know that the man is not there just to use her body to smash and dash. You get what I mean? So I understand that. So that's why there's a chase to see if the man's gonna actually persist. Now, there are some men that are dogs or some animals. Like, they will sit up there and literally go through the highs and byways, like the slums, to like get into the box, literally. But there are some men out there that will try their hardest just to try to get the girl, just to prove to them that, yo, I don't want you for your body. I love you for you. We can wait till marriage and things of that nature. You get what I mean? A man that's willing to wait for that shows a lot of self-control, shows a lot of self-discipline, and shows that he has the capability to lead. So, especially if he's a man of God. Men of the world is kind of hard because, you know, they're all about that box. They don't really care about none of that. They don't really have no morals, and they don't have no type of foundation for God. So, you know, it's kind of hard. But anyway, a woman always needs non-sexual security in a relationship. So, yeah.
Sing?
No can mean yeah and yeah can mean no. Just depends on how you say it.
Why don't women typically approach men?
Because of rejection.
If a woman chooses to approach a man and shoot her shot, is she more or less likely to be rejected than if a man approaches a woman?
Less. I feel like men like that.
I think a woman shooting her shot is much more likely to end up with that man.
If a girl approaches a guy and like makes the first move, usually it works out better.
What advice would you give to the men that fear rejection?
Don't be scared, just shoot your shot. Maybe you have a chance, maybe don't. Rejection is just something to take in, it's something to learn from.
Why don't women just follow that same advice?
I follow that advice, but
That's Vegas for
me
you.
off.
That's Vegas.
But women don't typically approach men.
Because women typically don't go out to look for men. We go out to have fun.
Do you think men prefer the chase or the catch?
The chase.
What good is the chase if you don't catch it?
I feel like they like games.
Do women
No
prefer
video.
men who enjoy the chase?
I'm not sure. I feel like it would have to be both.
Why would women expect loyalty when they like going for the guy that enjoys chasing women? Isn't he less likely to be loyal?
That's a good point. That's true.
If women take rejection worse than men, what does that say about being a strong, independent woman?
Maybe you're not that independent and strong. Maybe you need to work on some things. Maybe you have daddy issues.
I've heard a lot of women say that they don't approach because they're afraid of rejection. If women are the ones who fear rejection, why are women always the ones complaining about men not showing their emotions?
Damn, he's got some good questions. Oh, I feel like, okay. Damn, I agree with you. Like, I agree, honestly.
Yeah, that's a fair question because I think it's confidence on both, like male and female. It shouldn't just be on one gender. I feel like if you have a connection with somebody and you like feel their energy and like you meet them in person and you feel like you won't be able to like live your life without ever seeing them again, you gotta go for it.
If men risk rejection, wouldn't that mean men are the ones who are more emotionally available because they are the first ones to be vulnerable?
Yes. I feel like men have to heal faster so that way they can help women heal and understand women's needs as well. And like that makes them have to be more emotionally available for each new relationship, whereas women tend to hold grudges, and like at the end of the day we should be just as emotionally available, but they tend to not be. So
why are women more likely to approach men for business than they are for dating?
I have been approaching men more often actually. I think women don't approach men because we think that the man should do that for us, but you know what? I think that the world needs to change a little bit and the women have to go after the men.
because men are snakes. A lot of men, when they approach you, 9 times out of 10 it's just for sex. And I'm sorry if you're not the man that's just approaching for sex, but most men are. So most women know that, like, when a guy's coming to you, it's almost always for sex. So.
She's not lying. She's not lying. Like I said, most men out here, they're here to smash and dash. And like I said earlier, a woman needs to know that you're not there just to smash and dash. They need to know that you're not being a Hulk cosplayer. They need to know. So you can't really get, like, a man can't get mad when they get rejected or anything like that. Like I know someone literally that be talking to girls all the time. He be getting rejected left and right. Now, his approach is terrible. His approach is literally the worst of all time. I'm probably might send him this video. His approach is absolutely terrible. I told this to him. His approach is terrible. How he goes about talking to girls is terrible. He thinks that it's like the 1800s or something. Like, you can just say, hey, I like your hair. Can I get your... Like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Stop. It doesn't work. It's never going to work. It's never going to work. Any woman, and I'm pretty sure any woman on the planet will agree with me, they need to know that they are secure emotionally in a relationship so that you're not there just wanting sex. That's it. That's all they want to know. You get what I mean? Like, y'all need to go through the most hardest stuff. You know, sometimes we are in an argument. A woman is quick to just dip and grab the milk and dip. But a woman is willing to go through, you know, the hardships, the ups and downs, and still love you. Like, I've seen a woman, like, I just read the other day, Christopher Reeves, and he was on a horse, and the horse flipped him off, and he, like, got paralyzed from the waist down. And he was like, you know, he wanted to end the game, if you guys know what I mean. Basically, his wife was like, whatever you do, I don't want you to leave, but whatever you do, I respect your decision and I love you. And, you know, she was with him even when he was paralyzed and everything. She didn't up and leave and say, oh, he's paralyzed, he can't provide for me, he can't do nothing for me, he can't lead the family. She still stayed with him, bro. So what I'm trying to say is, once a woman knows that you're not there just for her body, you're not there to manipulate and, you know, bother her and just, you know, cause destruction in her life, she will be there for you. I'm not talking about the whores and the weirdos and the woman that goes to parties 24/7 on the weekend with her girlfriends. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the high value woman, the Christian Proverbs 31 woman that's going to sit there and be your day one to life. That's going to stick to her vows and stay with you for the rest of your years. I'm telling you, it's possible. You just gotta wait for it. And you have to be secure in yourself.
It's kind of just the rap you guys have. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's like a really terrible stigma in our culture that has kind of just built this up, I think. That's made things a lot more difficult, just like over time, and how men are supposed to be like the ones that protect and don't have feelings and things like that. I feel like has just not helped the stigma at all leading up to our culture today.
Why is it?
Like I said, the emotion thing, this is my last time pausing the video. Emotion thing is, I think that's the only thing I agree with what people say about, like, oh, men can't show emotions. Men can show emotions. And I think society makes it seem like men showing emotions is like a beta thing or something. It's not beta. Because if you look at the Bible, there's men in the Bible that cried out to God. They cried and they were vulnerable, and they were in the most vulnerable state. But what they did have, but the thing that, you know, made them strong and made them go forward was God and faith. Without faith, they couldn't do nothing. They were a beta. Like, without faith, they couldn't do nothing. Literally, they couldn't do nothing. They had to have 100% faith in God that they would get through what they were getting through. And once they had faith, they got through anything. So it's a time and place when a man's supposed to cry. Like I said this in a previous video. I think a man should never cry in front of a woman, ever. Unless it's like on some detrimental, like death in the family, or like something crazy happens or something like that, then it's acceptable. But if you're crying off of, like, if you're just an emotional person, you got to work on that, because women are supposed to be the emotional crying, you know, when something happens, you know, something small, they see a spider or something, being scared or stuff like that. Like, you're not supposed to be scared of stuff like that. Like, you're supposed to be a man of leadership. You're supposed to lead the family. You're supposed to set the example, because it's supposed to be God, man, woman, and children. So you're supposed to set the standard for the whole household. So if you're not willing to do that, you have a man problem. You have a man problem, and you have a problem with how God designed you to be and what He wants to do in your life. So that's a problem. So, yeah, and not like I said, that just leads to faith. So once you have faith in God, you can overcome anything. You can overcome that fear of spiders. You can overcome that, being emotional. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with being emotional, but there's a time and place for that. You get what I mean? So, yeah.
If a man rejects a woman for dating, it's considered preference. But if a man rejects a woman for employment, it's considered sexism.
Because employment, that's like a professional, like, environment. You can't judge people based on, like, employment, but, like, if you don't want to date someone, don't date them.
If you can't force women to date men they don't want to date, why should companies be forced to hire women they don't want to hire?
I don't think that companies should be forced to hire women they don't want to hire.
Are companies forced to hire women they don't want to hire?
It's called affirmative action. There's quotas.
Ooh. Well, I think we should ask Jesus on that one.
If men have to accept that they need to work harder in the dating market, why can't women accept that they need to work harder in the job market?
That is also a leading question.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's absolutely fair. I think it shouldn't be based off of your race or your gender or anything of that sort. It should be based off of your qualifications for hiring. And I think that should be the same in a relationship. Like, there's different qualities that different people look for, and if they don't have those, then they're not interested.
Why would a man want to approach a woman today when he not only has to fear just being rejected, but also has to fear being accused of harassment?
Why would they?
Oh, there's a roach.
Oh my God.
Bro.
I'm so sorry.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why are men expected to overcome their fear of rejection, but women can't seem to overcome their fear of spiders and cockroaches?
That's funny. That's funny.
Well, one can leave you with, like, actually, I'm not sure. It's both a good question. I feel like people should just get over things both ways.
I'll never overcome that fear.
They have 8 legs, a ton of eyes. Are you kidding me? They creepy crawl in your ears? Yeah,
That's a weird question. I think that men specifically need to be assertive, but in a kind and compassionate way, because women have been mistreated for so long in so many different ways that it's important that they take initiative in a respectful manner. And women don't necessarily owe anything to men, and we're treated like property for so long that they deserve a little bit of respect. That's my opinion. But
can I ask you this?
You got a
Do you
fair
think it's
point.
okay for the men of today to be expected to pay for the sins of the men of the past?
No, absolutely not. I think everybody's an individual and they are entitled to their own experience in life. But I do think that people need to understand why women have certain fears, and that generational trauma is scientifically proven.
Yeah, why we are more cautious entering the dating scene than maybe men are.
If women take rejection,
I mean,
worse
men
than
should be cautious too, because there are women out here that will violate you. Like they will really like, especially if you get married and you marry the wrong woman, it's clipped for you. It's clipped. Because one divorce, she can end your life, financially, men. So men, be careful too. Don't just say it's not just like a men and women thing. It's a people problem. It's not a men or woman issue. Like, a woman could do the same exact thing. They could destroy your life. You could be the nicest guy to her. You could literally give her the whole world. She'll mess you up. So same rules apply. A woman can get with a guy. She could be the nicest woman to him, be there for him, and he could just destroy her. So same thing apply. Like I said, it's a sin issue, not really like a gender issue. So.
And what does that say about being a strong, independent woman?
Maybe you're not that independent and strong. Maybe you need to work on some things. Maybe you have daddy issues.
Why does society lower the job requirements for women, military, firefighters, etc., but women won't lower their dating requirements for men?
Because women don't have to lower their dating requirements for men.
So then why should companies have to lower their job requirements for women?
I don't think they lower them. I think
they do.
The women
They
meet
absolutely do.
they have to meet the requirements. I mean, I've gotten rejected for jobs
Well,
because I don't meet
the
the
standards for military and firefighters for men and women are different.
True.
So why should these companies be, or these institutions be forced to lower their requirements? Why can't women just step their game up?
They can.
Well, but then they wouldn't have to lower the requirements.
They don't. Women are bad. If they're there for a reason.
But the data, I keep telling you, the job requirements are different for female firefighters and female military.
Because we're usually smaller than men.
Why are women the stronger sex when it comes to birthing children, but conveniently the weaker sex when it comes to risking rejection, needing sympathy and validation, killing spiders, opening jars, lifting heavy objects, and fighting wars?
I'll fight a war.
No, you would not.
Send me out.
No, you would not. No, you would not. When Klaus Schwab tells you that you can't go nowhere without nothing, when Klaus Schwab sits up there and says you're not gonna owe nothing in your life and you'll be happy, what are you gonna do? I want to know, are you going to actually go to war? Are you going to actually do something? Are you going to make a man do everything for you? Let's keep it honest. Keep it 1000%. When they locked you down in 2020, you complied. You didn't do nothing. I bet you she didn't do nothing. So don't act like you're going to fight some war and all this. She's smiling like it's a joke. I'm being serious right now. When Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, and all of them come together and the Antichrist comes and says, yo, you're not going to be able to do nothing without this or this or this. What are you going to do? You're going to need all the strong men to come and guide you, right? You're not doing that. You're not doing it.
Out, boy.
Have you ever fought in a war?
No.
Why would a man want
You're
to
not built
approach a
for
woman
that.
today when he not only has to fear just being rejected, but also has to fear being accused of harassment?
Because we don't want to be lonely.
Guys should, if they're being like consistently rejected, even for girls, you should like think about like how you're approaching the situation on both ends, like all sexes, everyone. Like if that's a common trend, there might be something
that you're doing that makes them uncomfortable.
Great video by It's Complicated, man. My final thoughts. Women, when it comes to rejection, they can't handle it because the society, social media, and everything has taught women to be conceited, be narcissists, care only about themselves. They're beautiful. You're a queen. You're above everybody else. You're independent. You can do whatever you want. So when a woman actually goes out there and actually sees a man that's high value, the 6'6" type of guy, whatever they want, which is a crazy number, by the way, 6 figure, 6 feet tall, and 6-pack, and he's high value, man of God, and he rejects you, it's over for you. You don't know how to handle it. Because this, like I said, this world society, this society, social media, they teach you, the world teaches you that it's okay to be prideful. It's okay to be conceited. It's okay to wear makeup all day. No. Before some of you get mad, I don't think there's a problem with makeup, but I think when you're enhancing it to make yourself look good too much, I think that's an insecurity thing. You should be happy with your natural self overall. There's nothing wrong with enhancing yourself to make yourself look good, but if you're depending on it, that is a problem. Anyway, and most of these women on social media are insecure in the first place. You know, they may post themselves, they may, post their body and all this, but in reality, they are real insecure because when they go up to a man that's high value and they sit up there and say, no, I don't want you, it's going to hurt them in their soul. Now, there are some women that actually want that. They actually want a man to reject them so they can know that, yo, this man does not want me for my body. Finally, bars. So that they can actually know that there's actually men out here that don't just want to use me for my body. There are women like that want a man that's going to lead them and not just want them for their body. There's especially a lot of women that show their body on the gram, snap, all this. A lot of them want a man like that. They just can't find it. That's all I got to say. That's my final thoughts. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about it. If you're a man, how do you feel about rejection? If you're a woman, have you ever been rejected? How do you feel about it? Do you guys feel as if, men or women, when they deal with rejection, it's the same, different? Let me know how you guys feel about it. Shout out to It's Complicated. If you haven't already, give your life to Jesus Christ because he's the most important thing in your life right now and for your salvation. And I love each and every one of you. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. God bless.